friend of mine, the playwright Julie Jagor, was in Antaeus, and I had sort of, again, I'm relatively new to LA, so I'm still figuring out the LA theater scene. But she invited me to, in the pre-pandemic times, they had the Playwrights Lab that would meet every, I believe it was Tuesday night, in their theater in Glendale. And playwrights would bring fresh, brand new pages, and then their company of actors would read it. And I was so in love with the lab the minute I stepped in, just because the acting talent was so good for basically cold readings, and it really gave life to these works in progress in a way that other reading series I had been to just didn't quite, or workshops I had been to didn't quite do that, because the company of actors is so committed and so talented. And so when I knew that they were opening their window for applications for new playwrights, I sent a play right away, because I could tell this is a company that really, I was excited by their commitment to new work. And the company of actors is so great, and I would be really excited to work with any number of actors in the Antaeus company. The stories we tell about ourselves shape who we become, and I think having a diverse group of artists and creators making imaginary worlds that are inclusive and diverse enables us as a society to recreate that equity and inclusion out in the world. And so I really do believe that having everyone at the table in creative spaces makes for more democratic, more equitable society. So concerning the Antaeus Playwrights Lab, we're in a moment right now where so many American theaters are reckoning with their failures in the past to be inclusive, to be representative. And I think by investing in new plays and new play development, you will naturally create, well, maybe not naturally, you have to be pretty intentional in whose new plays you produce and what you make. But I think investing in new playwrights will create more representative, more diverse, more inclusive plays, because contemporary playwrights are existing in a world that is diverse, that is multilingual, and their plays are going to reflect that. I think if you only do Edward Albee or Shakespeare or Chekhov, there's a very good chance your plays won't represent the complexity and diversity of America in 2022. So putting a little bit of investment in new plays goes towards that. And I just think theater is an enduring medium that has stood the test of time. But the only way it's done that is through innovation, through new voices, through stories and dramas that reflect on the present moment and feel vital and urgent to tell. I would tell other playwrights and actors that they should get involved with Antaeus Playwright Company, theater company, because it is, really committed to great ensemble vibes. I think the Antaeus Playwrights Company, anything I've been involved with them, it's really collaborative, and it just feels like it's a company that's really interested in supporting an ensemble of people, and there's a real sense of community in the work that Antaeus does, and community is one of the most important things for me in theater. Companies like Antaeus is so important because they're hubs of community. And when you have a theater in a downtown Glendale, people are going to go to it, and then they're also going to go out to dinner, and then they're also going to congregate in your public spaces. And without that, you have a void, and you have there's not places for us to get away from Zoom, get away from our homes. And I think in the last 2 years, we're like in a mental health crisis because people are trapped at home. And I think we've seen how vital it is to congregate, to commune with others. And spaces like Antaeus that represent a wealth of voices can be that communal watering hole, that place where people congregate. So I think supporting theater, supporting local theater is so vital for community health. My name is Daniel Hirsch, and I'm a playwright with Antaeus Theatre. And I encourage anyone who hasn't done so already to listen to season 3 of the Zip Code plays. See you at the theater.